Hey guys and fellow whiskey lovers, welcome back on the Whiskey Roads on my small English sub-channel Malt Mariners. And I'm super psyched because today I'm actually in Germany. For everybody watching from somewhere in the world who has no idea about German geography, where are we right now?
We are right on the border to the Danish border.
Yeah.
On a small island in the North Sea.
Which is called?
Föhr.
Föhr.
Yeah.
So, hard for some people to pronounce, maybe. And I've seen you guys on Instagram, fantastic content, check it out because you won't understand anything probably because most of the content is actually not in German, it is in Frisian. Would you say that? Frisian?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah?
Frisian, yeah. Like the Holstein Frisian cows.
So, that is actually your own language. It's spoken in this area on the islands.
Only 3,000 people speaks it.
Yeah. So, and that's also the title of your whiskey, Hinrichsen.
That's right.
Yeah. And I was really psyched to come here because you guys actually pulled off something quite special in the whiskey industry, and especially for a whiskey geek like me, because you basically do everything here on site, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So take us a bit through your process, because it's actually like a closed circle, you could say.
Right. We are a small family farm since a few hundred years already, with 120 acres, and grow different grains. And we are now producing a 100% single estate whiskey since 2019. Mm-hmm. That means we grow our own organic barley or rye, and then we have our own malting floor. Yeah. So we do our malting here on the malting floor. We
quite rare, actually.
Right.
Yeah.
We have here our old hay roof, and on the hay roof is the malting floor.
Yeah.
And the barrel as well here on the old hay roof.
Yeah. So basically, it's your warehouse sitting above of your visitor center. You have a cafe here.
Yeah, that's right. That's all our old.
Beautiful place to visit, especially when you come here. Check it out.
Right.
And so yeah, we start with the barley, and you also you don't produce rye whiskey yet, but you can because you actually grow rye here on your farm also.
Yeah.
So that's something in the near future, maybe.
For this year.
Yeah.
We start with that.
Awesome. Yep. Perfect.
Yep.
It's actually quite funny because I've spent the last 2 days here, and while we were filming yesterday, the World Whisky Awards were announced for this year, and you guys actually won 3 awards, I think.
Yeah, 2 categories.
Yes.
From Icons of Whiskey, Single Estate, we are the winners.
Yeah.
And for Sustainable Whiskey as well. And we had 1 whiskey, what we put to the World Whisky Awards, and we get a gold medal as well for that. And so, we are pretty happy today. Yeah. It's a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's probably as much as emotion as you can get from a Frisian.
That's right.
Whiskey producer. Cool. Yeah. Awesome. So basically, before we come back to the circle of your whiskey, the circle of life on your farm, you won the Sustainability Award also. Take us through a couple of ideas what you're working on right now and why you deserve that award, basically. Yeah.
So first of all, we are organic in our growing of our grains, and the whole farm is organic.
Yes.
And when you are producing whiskey, it comes to distillers grains, and the distillers grains are fed through our swines and steers and cows, and they make the manure for our field. So we have the fertilizer for our field.
Yes.
And then renewable energy, we do the most of the energy on site with solar panels and a wood chip heating. And what we try to do is, when we can pay it, is to buy a small windmill so we can do all on site.
Yeah.
Now we do 75% on site, and 25% what we buy is organic. It's not the right word, but it's from windmills.
Yeah.
The energy.
Yeah.
But we want to do it on site.
Yeah,
That's our goal.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and so we can do a lot of things better. We can do what we hope to do one day is turn over to our own bottles what are from 100% recycled glass. We don't do that now.
Yes.
We cannot afford it now. But so I think we do a lot of things good.
Yeah.
But I think we can be better than that.
Yeah. Which is one of the things that I really appreciate about you is that you're a very humble person. I have to say that because you won't say it. Because I ask you what about all of your achievements, and then you say what you're actually not doing right now, what your goal is, which is really cool. But still, I think it can't be understated what you actually do already. So you have a very high percentage of sustainable energy, and you also mentioned coming back to the circle of your economy and your whiskey production. So the draff, as the Scottish would call it, from mashing goes directly to the cows. When you visit a Scottish distillery or somewhere in the world, they will always say, this is not thrown away, it's given to the cows of the local farmers. In this case, it's actually your own cows. So you feed it to your own cattle, and you have a great cafe where you also sell the meat from your cattle. So basically you have meat and the manure, and that is basically coming back on your field. So that's great. So you really have a close circle in terms of your whiskey production. It's crazy. I mean,
I think that's the difference to that. I think, and that's what is family farming all about. Yeah. To be on your own feet, and that's our goal to do everything on site. And when you want to do whiskey, everything counts. Yeah. So it starts where the grain is put on which fields. Is it right behind the dike or somewhere else? Yeah. And so we can do every decision on our own. Yes. And that's our. It's a big risk as well, but it's also our goal to stay. What's called in English unabhängig. Independent, yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's your goal, and I think that is really, really exciting. Okay, so now we talked about why your distillery is so interesting for whiskey geeks like me. Let's talk about about your whiskey, because that's probably what people are interested also that watch this channel. First of all, where can people buy your whiskey outside of Germany right now? Or is it actually possible to buy your whiskey outside of Germany? Because you won an international award, so maybe some people might be getting curious. So we sent just a bottle to London today, but on our online shop, it's not possible to sell it, buy it direct. Yes. The lady what bought it did it per email. Yeah. And we want to go further than that, so you can direct buy it on the online shop. That's our goal for this year, but we are not there. And but we sent already whiskey to Japan, to China, to the States, quite a bottles. And so send us an email, and we can do what we can to send it all over the world. Yeah. So you don't have a distribution system right now, but you're sort of working on individual solutions, basically. Yeah. I mentioned everything that I love about your whiskey, and there's one factor that might be a bit tricky for some people, because you have a quite high price for the whiskey you're selling. We talked about this yesterday. How would you answer that to somebody who's on a whiskey exhibition or whiskey fair and ask you, "Oh, that's a very high price for a small bottle of whiskey"? Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a high price when I see sometimes a lot of Scottish distilleries that bring a lot higher prices. Yeah. Because of it's a good quality. Yes. But I can second that. I think what I meant was when a good Scottish distillery brings up a high price, it depends on the quality from them. It's good quality. Yes. And they have a big name as well. Yeah. And they do like Verknappung in English. When limitation. Limitation. What they do is artificial sometimes. Yes. Our production depends on the fields. Yes. So it's a real It depends on how many barley we get from our field, so much whiskey we can make in this year.
Yeah.
And so I think that's only a few whiskey distilleries on the planet can that say.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty honest. And we try to make a whiskey nobody in the chain gets hurt.
Yeah.
So not the animals on the farm and the fields where we since generations grow our plants here on the island. They have to be taken care of for the next generations.
You actually exchange crops to regenerate the field and the ground, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
And then everybody what works on our side has to be paid good.
Yeah.
And everybody who works with us has to make a living from that. So we don't want losers in our chain.
Yeah.
So that's part of it as well. So and on an organic farm, it's only maybe the half what grows on 1 acre.
So basically, the limitation from your natural surroundings is one factor. Obviously, your organic approach is one thing. The quality for itself, obviously, that speaks for itself, and everybody has to decide that for their own taste. Obviously, my taste is certainly up my road. It's a quite fruity whiskey. You don't do smoky whiskey right now, so it's quite fruity and also some spices, a little bit of herb, and actually some people said there's some maritime flavors also, which is also something you mentioned before, that you're a firm believer that comes from the barley, right?
I'm pretty sure. Normally we are dairy farmers.
Yes.
And so we take samples from our grass and grains, and I know there's a lot of salt in this stuff. Our windows here in the wintertime are all white, so you can lick off the salt from the glass, from the window.
Yeah.
And I know it's in there because of all the samples, and it was not easy in the feeding from our cows sometimes because of that. But there was some blind tasting going on with our new make, and so in the blind tasting is also the maritime notes shown up, and we never thought about it as we started making whiskey, but that's very cool.
Yeah, totally. I mean, that's like because so many distilleries talk about our whiskey is matured by the sea, and therefore it has maritime notes, but very few people actually talk about the barley in terms of where the barley is grown, and because most distilleries can't actually talk about the barley because they import it or they buy it from somewhere, and you actually grow it yourself. You know the barley, you know the fields, and you have the regional impact of the North Sea, which is right behind your farm, basically. So that's really interesting. Yeah, I mean, there's so much to talk about, and we could talk about this for hours and hours. But I'm really impressed what you guys do here. And whenever you come around the region, come to Föhr, visit the distillery. It's a beautiful place. You can see the distillery, you can see the warehouse, you can smell the fumes from the whiskey in the warehouse. You can eat the meat in the cafe from the cows that are basically right behind the distillery. So this is all as local as it gets and sustainable as it gets. And even for me, as some person who doesn't eat that much meat, I can really appreciate, if I want to eat meat, I would rather eat meat from cows that live the happy life here on the island than from some mass production. So I think this is a great approach.
Yeah,
thank you. And it's really just not my personal idea, but as we saw yesterday, the international recognition is catching up with what you guys are doing here, and the fruits are sort of showing. Not only the whiskey in the bottle, but also the recognition from people that are outside, that had nothing to do with you, that just taste the product and then say this is good quality whiskey.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for having me here. And that's for us for today. I will show you guys also hopefully some pictures and maybe some insights of the distillery while we are talking. And yeah, I had a great couple of days here. I can't wait to come back, and I can only recommend everybody in the world to, whenever you are in the north of Germany, come here and visit the distillery. I think this is a after more than 110 visits of distilleries, I can honestly say that this is a very rare case where people are a family farm, organic, sustainable, local. I mean, there's so many boxes you tick basically on the sheet of somebody who's nerdy like me in terms of whiskey. So that is really, really cool.
Thank you.
So thank you for having me here, and thanks for sharing your story with us. And yeah, see you guys down the road. Try some Hinrichsen if you can.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.